Yeah, welcome to the DOJO, baby, man. Have no fear, TyKwonDoe is here, man. Listen, I got a banger topic today. This video, I'm going to go in. Listen, I'm going to go deep. I'm going to break everything down. I'm going to give examples. I got screenshots. I got stories, metaphors, connections. Listen, y'all already know TyKwonDoe, the sensei of seduction, the Riz researcher, whatever you want to call it. I am who I am, right? I'm about to take the topic of something that is just commonly just thrown around everywhere that we hear in society nowadays. Big dick energy, right? And the reason I wanted to make a video about this, right? I was like, yo, this is a perfect opportunity to go in depth on some game that dudes need to hear and that they understand. Because if you understand what big dick energy is, I can also help you understand why it's important, why women find it attractive, how you can implement it in your daily life, and where's that kind of energy going to come from for you to even show it and exhibit it in your actions, words, mentality, or whatever the case may be. And as y'all know, trust the process. Follow me during this video. I ask that you sit back. This is one of those videos you might get to watch it twice. This is going to be deep. I ask that you sit back, you relax, you open your mind, and just chill. Trust the process. Because I'm going to go deep, and I'm going to start from the beginning, the basic fundamentals, and then we're going to be, listen, I'm trying to warn y'all right now. I'm about to go in. Stay ready. So listen, let's go off rip, right? The whole idea of big dick energy. Where does this come from? Well, for the simple fact that in our society, hold on, make sure my notifications are turned off so we don't hear nothing from Twitch. In our society, right? Women have this thing, oh, that's big dick energy, that's big dick energy, that's big dick energy, that's little dick energy, it's giving blah, 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 right? And they say these things to say in response to an action, a statement, or question, or behavior which shows how this man views himself. It literally has nothing to do with actually having a actual big dick. Obviously, I think y'all get that y'all understand that metaphor. But where does this metaphor come from and why is it important in your game? I'll give you an example. Simply put, it's, do you trust yourself enough for someone else to trust you? And women find this so attractive because ego to the side. A lot of y'all get triggered. Oh, these women have egos. We're not talking about that. They will sit here and say and observe you and how you talk, how you word things, how you communicate, why you say things and why you do things, and say, can he handle me or not? Is he the man or me for not? Now, listen, y'all. I'm not talking about easy woman. And no disrespect to easy woman. I'm not talking about easy woman. I'm talking about the woman who will, listen, put men through rigorous battles to try to prove themselves. And those are the women y'all complain about. Those are women y'all struggle to get. Those are the women who give y'all the hardest times that y'all complain about. Because they're looking for that big dick energy. Well, understand that why this is so important. So let's get to that part first. I'm going to give you an example that has nothing to do with women in order for you to understand why this is so important. Let's take this. You live in a city, a country, town, whatever the case may be, doesn't matter. You live in a city, or we're going to make this scenario. You live in a city. Is something going on downtown, right? There's some sort of bombing. Let's just make some shit up. There's some bombing going on in the downtown part of the city. You as a pedestrian, civilian, or whatever of this town, you turn on the news. You check whatever sources for some sort of update in the news or whatever. You're in a panicked state. You're all over the place. What's going on, right? You turn on the news. You see your governor, your mayor, your police commissioner, whoever in that position of leadership, right? You go on the news channel and you look at them and they're panicking. They're nervous. They're hesitating. They're choking on their words. They can't even form a clear and direct sentence. Their whole delivery and when they're talking, guys, this makes you panic. This makes you frantic. This makes you nervous. This makes you anxious. To summarize this whole interaction up, these are things which kill what? Comfort, security, trust. If in that scenario you wouldn't trust those leaders or be able to depend on them, see yourself as those leaders on that news channel, and then everyone else watching as the woman in that situation. Because she's going to look at how you talk to her, and I have examples right here in screenshots, and it will show her and tell her what kind of man you are. And she can take a separate example or circumstance and how you word the sentences and how you talk and how you communicate, and sit here and really see clear as day. I mean, y'all even see when we do the one-on-one calls on Twitch or whatever the case may be, and how y'all word y'all questions. We can smell it from a mile away how you view yourself as a person. Are you reliable? Are you dependable? Do you trust yourself? Would you cause and bring anxiety to a situation, or would you make a situation calm? Or do you have great poise? Are you cool? Do you bring ease to those around you? Do you encourage and uplift those around you? It gets deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And how are we connecting this to big dick energy? Well, let's take a look at this screenshot. So, for reference, this is a guy from Patreon. Me and him communicated that I would be using this for a video. We were clearing that, if everything was kept anonymous. He sent me these screenshots and was like, let me know what I could have did better, what went wrong, X, Y, and Z. So, first message, he's DMing some girl that he DM'd, and he's trying to, make a move on it. And watch what she says. He says, "Damn, what you mean, my fault. But like, when you coming back? When you going to come see me?" Prior to this, she told him that she was in Mexico on a trip and that she finds him attractive or whatever, right? So keep in mind, that's what he said to her, right? Keep in mind, that's what he said to her. Now to go into this screenshot, let me move this over a little bit. She says, "That's how you're going to shoot your shot? When are you coming to see me?" With a corny kiss emoji. What happened to, "Let me take you on a date. I'll pick you up. Come back when you got that big dick energy, papas." Do you see how she perfectly compared the two statements? "When are you coming to see me?" versus, "Let me take you on a date. I'll pick you up." Now let me explain something to y'all. Those two sentences, right? Whether it's those direct sentences, let's take these examples. From her perspective, get out of your mind. That's why I have to say you have to be open-minded right now. You have to take a step back. Just view it from that perspective of going through a crisis, and you look at the news channel for answers and leadership and guidance, right? From her perspective, she says, "I'm going to mess with this guy. I'm going to mess with TyKwonDoe." And she looks at how I talk to her. It shows how I am as a man. Look at this. Literally look at the word for words in a sentence. He said, "When you going to come see me?" That is the position of a recipient of, I'm letting her lead. You let me know when you're going to come see me. And you're reacting to her, basically. You are reacting to her. As a leader, as a man, you set the tone. You lead. You make others react. That's the difference between, "When are you going to come see me?" versus, "Let me take you on a date. I'll pick you up." Let's give you another sentence which exhibits big dick energy, right? "I want to take you out on a date with me to one of my favorite restaurants next Thursday night." I am specific. I am clear. I'm applying pressure because I'm letting her know I want to take her out and with me. Listen, I know I'm an opportunity, not an option. I could take that same statement and repeat it to 5 different women, and respectfully, it is the same date. It is the same opportunity. It is clear. I'm not beating around the bush of, "Hey, what are you doing next week? Hey, are you free next Thursday? Hey," no, I'm getting directly to it. I'm answering all those questions by making a statement. Because guess what? To which she can now choose. I want to go. I don't want to go. It's her choice. It's always been her choice. What y'all try to do is y'all try to find a way to make it more likely to let her make a choice. So y'all ask 50,000 questions rather than get to your point. Because you're trying to line yourself up to have an unlikely situation of rejection or whatever the case may be, right? So listen, fundamentally what this says to her is, well, if he can't even form a sentence, if he can't even tell me what he wants or go for what he wants or stand on what he wants, how is this man, when we're having sex, gonna tell me to suck his dick, or gonna tell me that he wants me to get on top, or gonna tell me that to flip over and how is she gonna think you're that man if you struggle in all these different circumstances? How am I, as a civilian or pedestrian, going to rely on my leaders in times of crisis if they're struggling to communicate, they're nervous, they're bitching, they're whatever the case may be on the news channel? So ultimately, what you need to realize is, because I'm going to even connect another dot, when it comes to her being attracted to you, right? Just I think it's always easier to understand these situations when you understand the spectrum that they lie on. Big dick energy, well, let's go to little dick energy. You're nervous. You're scared. You move with fear. You have no sense of courage. You have no sense of dignity. You have no sense of direction. As a man, and her response to this is going to be, who wants to be around that? How can she like you when you don't even like yourself? How can she want to do something with you when you don't even want to do it? A lot of times y'all don't even want to go on these dates. Y'all just want to fuck. Y'all just want to do whatever the case may be. And you're trying to fake it. And y'all wonder why these women put y'all on 12 goose chase ass dates. And y'all wait 6,000 years for something that you could have just went for. And guess what? If when you start learning to just go for things directly, you realize she can say no or she can say yes. But in reality, you don't waste your time. And guess what? Now what? Let's say she says no and you and her stop talking from that point on. If she ever hits you back up, if she calls you back, if she texts you after that, that's your answer. Because you made it clear to her what you wanted. And she still, rather than how you guys try to look for signs, symbols, hints, and all this bullshit. When's the right time? There is no right time. I am an opportunity. I create opportunities. I give opportunities. I'm not waiting for the right time for this. I'm telling her here's what it is and here's what it isn't. And guess what? We can even add to this. Let's keep adding to the picture. Let's keep adding on. This is what I'm telling y'all. We only 13 minutes in and I'm still just tapping into this shit. Because what y'all need to understand about this, y'all try to mimic this and y'all try to fake this. Y'all pretending. Y'all have this whole facade, this whole fake ass energy, and the next thing you know, you're selling this dream, you putting on this image, and you don't realize life could be much simpler. So the point I was about to make, right? Let's keep going into this. You're faking it. You're pretending that you know what you're doing. A woman is only going to expose you. Circumstances of these situations are only going to expose you. When you are trying to be attractive to her, when you're trying to be the guy she likes rather than being the man she needs, y'all got to understand the levels that you lie on. You don't follow the same rules when you are the man she needs. And I'm not saying this from a standpoint of a woman needs me in her life. Oh, I am what a woman needs. I think I'm the prize. I think I'm the shit. I'm not saying this in an arrogant and cocky way. I'm saying this in a way that I know my qualities as a man. I know what I do for the people who are around me. I know what I do for the people in my environment. I know what I do for those who talk to me. I am a man of substance. I'm a man of vision, quality. I'm a man of determination. So when I say I'm the man she needs, I'm not literally saying that she will die on a pavement without me. I'm saying, guess what? If I come into your life, it ain't even just about good dick. You want to have a great sex. You're going to have a great experience. You're going to learn things about yourself you never knew before. You're going to learn. Listen, y'all dudes y'all got to understand what type of level of boss you can be on as a man. A lot of the time, the woman I mess with, the best thing about me, they probably won't even say, it won't even be, oh, he was cute, seductive and all that. It will be, yo, after I was messing with TyKwon, I just like mentally, I was on a whole different level. He thinks so differently. He mentally, when we talk, the things we talk about, it is an escape from life. Because everybody else in my life are Justins. Y'all know as I say Justins. Just wanna fuck. I just want this. They're trying to use me. They're trying to manipulate me. They're trying to lie to me. And here is TyKwonDoe. He never asked anything of me. He never expected anything of me. He accepted me for who I was. And just, he led himself in a way that I wanted to improve myself. He led himself in a way that I wanted to be a better person. That I learned from him and the example that he set and the opportunities he created. Not anything he tried to force me or make me to be, but who he was set the tone. He led. Bosses push, leaders pull. You feel what I'm saying? So I say that to say, we could even get specific, right? We could even get specific. Let's say I'm messing with a girl and she's trying to create a career in content. I make my own thumbnails, titles, descriptions. I run my whole show. Do you know the kind of shit she can learn from being around me and the kind of careers we could create? I'm just saying all these things to say that I know who I am and what I do as a man and as a human being in environments that I am in. Therefore, by the time I open my mouth to communicate a sentence to a woman, she gets this sense of big dick energy because I know myself. I trust myself enough to be the man that I need to be for anything and everything around me. So y'all try to skip to the end of the line and to the front of the line and say, well, I want to turn her on. I want her to be attracted to me. I want her to like me. But you don't even know why she would. Or you don't even know what about you matters or is important. You're putting it in things like your status, your clothes, your appearance, your height, the size of your Long John Silver, all these things that don't matter to a woman. Because guess what? A man like me, I skip the line. I don't follow those rules. Remember I told y'all that? The guy she wants versus the man she needs, he doesn't follow the same rules as the guy she wants. Because the guy she wants is trying to be perfect. The guy she wants is trying to meet her recommendations and standards. The guy she wants is trying to, he's saying to himself, does she like this or does she not? Is this good enough or is it not? The guy she needs is leading her. We play a whole different game in the same circumstance. I set the tone. I am the bar. And it is what it is. Y'all need to understand. Just look at yourself. Look at how you communicate to her. Look at how you word your sentences. If I was just on a Patreon call earlier, because y'all know Patreon calls, I do one-on-ones, and me and Steve the Dean, we do shows, and even when I'm with the Real No Game Theory panel, we do the calls and y'all can call in. Do y'all notice how we can just talk and talk and talk, and we take ourselves serious, we know ourselves, we have fun, and even to the point where we're on a call with somebody, and they're talking, we hear it in your tone of voice. You get on the call and you're like, well, you know, guys, and whoa, step up. My man, say it with your chest. Be clear. If we can get on a call with y'all and smell these things from a mile away, what do y'all think the woman does? And why does it matter? Why does it matter? Because guess what? She gonna say, he ain't the man for me. He ain't got it. He can't even handle. She's going to look at you as consistent. He can't even form a sentence. He damn sure can't do what he needs to do in the bedroom. He damn sure can't be the head of the household. He damn sure can't be a father of my children. He damn sure can't take a risk, do something new, lead me in times of need, lift up and lead up. Y'all have to realize how these consistent qualities are examined in different circumstances, and people are going to judge that about you. It's just the reality of the world. Your poise, all of these things I tell y'all about. So when we start connecting the dots of, well, if how I portray and execute myself, and even to the point where how I form a sentence, like when we get to this, what happened to let me take you on a date, I'll pick you up. This energy is portraying to her that you are sure of yourself. You are confident in yourself. I am an opportunity. That gives security, like back to what I said about the the news call city community in crisis example, that bullshit. What this is communicating to her about you as a man, and guess what? What this is communicating to her about you as a man is that I can rely on him. I can depend on him. I can trust him. Trust is probably one of the biggest fundamentals of any level of sexual tension, attraction, or anything of the above. Because guess what? And when we even get into a topic like sexual tension, that sort of tension that she has between, you and her in the room is coming from the fact that she wants something to happen, or she wants you to do something. And she also trusts you and is comfortable with you enough to allow you to do it. But she doesn't know when it's going to happen or what is going to happen. So there's that tension of, it's just, think of it like this. If you and a person hate each other and y'all walk past each other, the tension doesn't come from the fact that y'all hate each other. The tension comes from the fact that because y'all hate each other, one of you might do something to act on that. So it's the potential for something to happen which creates the tension. So when y'all get into sexual tension, the potential for something to happen, you being the guy who made her comfortable enough, and she knows is a guy who's bold enough to do these things, that creates tension because now she's at your bay. What is he going to do next? What is he going to say next? The silence is not an awkward silence. The silence is, I'm waiting for him to create another opportunity. And I wanted to give you all the example. Sexual tension is off topic, but I wanted y'all to see another example of the side effects and benefits of big dick energy. So let's go back into the most basic fundamental level. Why do you not have big dick energy? Well, let's go into the diagnosis of this. Let's research the risk. Let's get into it. You don't have that. Excuse me, I'm a little sick. Right. You are lacking that big dick energy or preventing yourself from that big dick energy, not even because of your lack of experience with women. But I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, it all has to do with your relationship with yourself. You, on some level, your ego or your sense of self-esteem or your pride is inflated. And you know it's inflated. You know you're lying to yourself. You know you're telling yourself a story. You know you're faking it. So because on the inside there's this condition that is set in false, fake bullshit, you cannot rely on yourself. You cannot depend on yourself. When it is time for you to interact with another person or make a sentence or communicate, they are feeling, excuse my voice crack, bro. They are feeling and seeing that you don't trust yourself. So in reality, it's not that I tell you these specific sentences to say and how to carry yourself in order to show big dick energy, but the real root and the real thing that's going to change you as a man is that you start learning to depend on yourself. You start learning to rely on yourself. You start learning to look to yourself for answers and start practicing this own leadership in your life based on authenticity, honor, a sort of taking yourself serious, and being upfront and direct. Because guess what? I am direct and honest with myself. If I'm bullshitting, I'm going to call myself out. Yo, why the fuck you doing that, bro? Why you act like that? That was nutty. That was corny. Don't do that. If I can do this for myself, guess what? When it's time to do it for somebody else, out of honesty, not disrespect, not humbling somebody's ego, not attacking someone, but it is time to communicate clearly. They can receive me as a leader in my honesty and authenticity and respect me for that. It has nothing to do with what I do for that woman. Because guess what? If you lie to yourself, you'll probably lie to a woman. If you lie and beat around the bush with yourself. You procrastinate. You're lazy. You convince yourself that you're doing enough and being mediocre when it comes to having sex with that woman, when it comes to improving your business, when it comes to going for your goals. You'll probably be mediocre. You'll probably be lazy. You'll probably procrastinate. And you sort of don't have the accountability or the sort of self-accountability and the sort of holding yourself to a standard and not saying that, okay, I need to be honest, upfront, and clear and direct. Because guess what you know? You know that if she wants to do it, she will. If she doesn't want to do it, she won't. So you don't convince yourself that if you manipulate yourself as a man, if you become the perfect guy and example, if you make enough money, if you drive the right car, that she'll choose you. You sort of trust yourself enough. I'll give you the confidence that I have. Her last dude could be Little Baby. And she could like me for a completely different reason than she liked Little Baby. Why did I use Little Baby? I just thought of somebody who's big and successful and, at the top of the game or whatever in life right now. I say that to say, same thing for Little Baby. He knows that his success, his cars, and all that shit might attract women to him. But in reality, it's the fact that y'all don't even realize when a woman is looking at a man's success, his money, his clout, his status, his whatever the case, the diamond chains and all that. It's not that she's materialistic and she's a gold digger. Women will use that as a sort of predictor of what kind of man you are. Right? Because guess what? The same reason he's successful and the same reason you're not will probably show itself and manifest itself in different aspects of your life. And why would I want to be around somebody who cannot even take care of themselves? Why would I want to trust myself and give myself to somebody who cannot even do these things and take care of themselves? This is not Allstate. I am not in good hands. Big dick energy. Let's go back to that. She is going to look at you and let's say the fundamental is trust. Can I trust him to have a good time? Can I trust him enough to be around him and to give my body to him or to explore my sexuality, to take care of me as a woman, not financially, but in the ways that I need? Because if she's taken care of up here, the money, she'll let that shit. Listen, she'll ride with you in your bummiest days. She'll ride with you to the top. She'll ride with you when you got it or you don't, because you're that guy. You're the guy who can lose it all and get it back. You're the man with the plan. You're him, Timothy Chalamet, him Jong-un, him Turner, him Neutron. It don't matter whether you got it or not, whether you're wearing the right outfit or not. You are the right man. So when you start carrying yourself and living your life like that, she will respond to that. Damn, he don't even care that he don't have a diamond chain on. That means nothing to him. Well, it must mean nothing to him for a reason. He must know something about himself that I don't. So I'm going to trust him. I'm going to rely on him. This is the subconscious things that goes on in the person's head when they interact with you. And if you're not aware with what you're portraying and doing, which is communicating this through another person, you're going to sit here and say, well, what do I say? Well, what do I do? And it's not a specific script that I can give you. It's not a specific actions that I can tell you to do. It's who are you as a person? Who are you? Because guess what? Hold on, watch this. Let me take a sip of my water. You can be so much of a man that even when you lose, even when you don't know what you're talking about, you do it in such an honorable way. Such an honorable way. You know what? That was my mistake. I was so arrogant. I thought I knew what I was talking about. I need to take a step back and understand you in a better way. So, excuse my ignorance, excuse my miscommunication. You hear this clearness in me? I just made that fucking sentence up. But it's almost as if I was talking to a woman about me doing whatever, right? It does not matter because I am the man who is honest and authentic. So before we even get to having sex, her spreading it open and listening what? Or me laying down the pipe. How I maneuver and how I think in my authentic self is going to give her that reassurance confidence and security in me as a person in order to give herself to me. And even if I just want to fuck, or even if I find her attractive, me specifically, I'm the kind of man that's not enough. Now, you could be a kind of man who's different. Yeah, I just want to fuck. You look good. I just want to fuck. And you could stand on that. And that's just who you are. And it is what it is. And guess what? You know that. And you stand on that. She can make a choice to get with that program, or she can make a choice not to. It's her choice. But you stand on yourself and who you are as a man. And that's what makes it honorable. That's what makes it the big dick energy. It has nothing to do with the right thing at the right time. It's also even understanding that, having the emotional intelligence to see. And I have videos on this, so I hate even sounding like I'm repeating myself, because I have videos that break this stuff down. My Patreon gets very specific when it comes to these topics and details. And I'm going to drop a video to follow up this one on Patreon. I forgot what I was going to title it, but it was probably going to be directed in assertiveness. I was going to get into the specifics of sex and what you do and how you touch her and why you say these things, why you whisper in her ear, and which I'm going to go into that in Patreon. We're going to keep it PG and on topic and professional for YouTube. But I want y'all to say, this shit is deep, bro. It's deep. Keep watching the content. Keep reflecting on yourself. Work on this. It's you against you. It ain't you against her ex. It ain't you against the other guys which are DMing her. It ain't you against all that other bullshit. It's you and the man you are and how you trust yourself. Dojo to the moon, to Saturn, and we leaving the solar system. The limps won't even know we exist. Baby.